general election happen, and you know that every single candidate try to persuade people to just do this. But somehow, some people, this is kind of the religion issues towards the candidate which have different of another religion, the medicine syndrome, to not just by the politics in charge. We think that is because the trigger from the fanatic people and not from the fanatic people which provoke another people to not just the candidate which has the different idea or the medicine charge. And we think that is what also will give the output of competition challenge in charge. Because of that, we as a proposition to want to regret this operating issues in the political campaign in charge. What we mean by because we believe that we blaming the people which provoke another people itself, and we want to give understanding for them to stop the headspace coming from them toward the society to use religion issues challenge in charge. But kind of the religion issues said that the people that provoke another people to not just another candidate which have different abilities in charm, and they always try to give something also headspace toward the candidate ladies and charm. And why we got this to the political campaign? Because the political campaign is the mark of the part of the democratic thing that we want to uphold the idea of democracy with the healthy competition and charm. Now, I have part of argumentation why we think that it's justified that we regress the use of religion issues in political campaign. Because we believe that it will prove the idea of democracy and charm. How come? Because they try to provoke people which have the to provoke people that just another candidates have different abilities in charm. Even though the candidates have the capability to become the candidate and capable of how to be the candidate itself, but they have different abilities in charm. Yes, we believe that it's okay if the people just the candidate based on the religion, but on somehow what happens in status quo right now, it's not just based on the religion not because of the centralists in general, but because they provoke for another people that from the another people that provoke them to not just this kind of candidate. Centralists in charm. Even they also give the headspace also insulting to another candidate. Centralists in charm. We know that the headspace. We believe that the idea of democracy that upholding the idea of freedom of speech, but on somehow headspace is not allowed, ladies and gentlemen, and prohibited in the democratic of ladies and gentlemen. Because the idea of democracy itself on how the candidate can choose by people and based on what people choose, ladies and gentlemen, to create the democratic competition itself. And also, people have the right to just by the society in the democratic, all people have the right to have their own religion, ladies and gentlemen. And another people cannot interfere what the candidate that will chosen by another people. So ladies and gentlemen, because every single people have right to choose their own candidate, ladies and gentlemen. We think that how this kind of headspace that giving have a status for itself, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we think that the headspace is not basically it's not not attacking in physically, ladies and gentlemen, but on somehow why this kind of headspace is dangerous because headspace also for the people, some ladies and gentlemen, it's disturbing. Also give the background for this kind of ladies and gentlemen. We think that they try because the fanatic people they try to provoke and give the propaganda for another people. Some ladies and gentlemen. Another story is actually the fanatic people, ladies and gentlemen. They have the goal to give the back. They have the goal to result to this thing, but somehow they give the background to another candidate which have with the religion issues. Ladies and gentlemen, it actually harm and disturbing to another people, ladies and gentlemen. Why we think that this kind of the democratic is not respect the idea of headspace? Because they will try to reach the goal with absolutely way, ladies and gentlemen. You know the essence of the fanatic people that they always try to reach the goal, but we cannot persuade them to compromise, ladies and gentlemen. Like for example, some ladies and gentlemen, and they always provoke another people to not just by giving headspace to others. Some ladies and gentlemen, they also they try to change the minds of another for other people. So ladies and gentlemen, so not just
First thing first, we're going to implement first speaker of the positively that they are seeing by not regulating the use of religious issues. It means that we're going to broke the spirit of democracy. We're going to we are breaking the democracy stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, by not allowing people to speak, it means we also break the spirit of democracy. But we are going to close the right to speak. It means that we're going to find a better way. That's not by closing the possibility to speak, but rather to how we can assume that speaking can be owned by us to have a better idea or a better solution to solve the problems through their hate speech or through their religious approach. So let's come to my explanations. We as a negative team, me as the first speaker would like to talk about instead of the principle why we should not regress the use of religious issue and why it is important to be used inside of political campaign. Well, next up, my second speaker will talk about practical how to discount and why this is better to let the people use the religious issue inside of political campaign. Well, first thing first, let's come to my cases. Indonesia basically is democracy where this is from society and society to society by society. Therefore, we don't want to restrict or even limit the will of speaking that we live in diversity. We know there will be many things coming up from the society, and even this is good or bad. But what we are going to do as a leader, when we are going to get a support, we are going to assume or even receive so many advices, so many comments, in order those things coming to us can be our idea, our way to provide a better solution next time. And also, further, by receiving so many comments like religious issues inside the political campaign stuff, we're going to make the leader itself open-minded because we believe that being leader is not as easy as we think. That if we not let people to talk about religious issue, how could we solve religious issue happening in the middle of the leadership of the leader itself? If that we never let people to talk about something that will probably happen in the middle of their leadership itself, mean that we're going to close our society against so many probability existing inside of the leadership itself. But we as the negative team, we're going to let them control we're going to control what advices, what comment coming to the leader itself. Because in practical, we have KPU and other institutions that coming together inside of the political campaign itself, that I believe that we believe those institutions are capable enough to help and run down the political campaign itself by not making other conflict caused by the religious issue used inside of the political campaign itself, that will be spoken by my second speaker itself. So we believe that by not regulating the use of religious issue, even the positive thing will always try to claim to you that religious issue is sensitive thing. We believe that religious thing is kind of sensitive thing that will create so many problems. But what we are doing to solve the problems that we must face it, we're not going to run from the problem itself, but we're going to face it by what? By not regulating or even restricting people to use the religious issue. By that, we can know what is exactly the problem, what is exactly weighing the problem till they use the political issue itself. Therefore, we can find a better way, we can find a better solution without hurting people by restricting the right to speak this name. Because one have been done in Indonesia long ago, that was the creation of Partido, Partai Katolik Indonesia, mushroom, that those three parties are using religious approach inside of their commitment to stabilize Indonesian politics at 1945 till 1966, and it was good due to the effect that we feel today, ladies and gentlemen. And we believe that the use of religious issues is really good to find out a better solution by not restricting or even hurting other people, by closing the right to speak, by closing the probability to advise the government that there are so many probabilities will happen in the next future or in the middle of their leadership. So we, as a negative team, we're going to be open-minded. We're going to be people who are tolerant towards so many differences, because we live in a country consisting of so many differences, and people know Indonesia as a country having united university. Therefore, we as a negative team, we're not agree to use the use of religious issue in political campaign. Thank you very much.
They try to say that it never broke the spirit of the democracy itself, ladies and gentlemen. But we know that in the democracy itself, it's never including any kind of religion in the company itself, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I want to clarify that my first speaker saying about the hate speech in here means that giving provocated the people by making the other candidate look bad by using the religion issue itself, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I want to clarify that since very first time, we already saying allowing the freedom of speech is allowed, but we not allowed about the hate speech itself, ladies and gentlemen. And also, they also saying about the limit of speaking and being leader and also in soccer. We know that to be a leader, we have to be a good panutan to the other society itself, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I mean in here. The issue is, the religion issue is when we got a campaign in the religion issue, and what will happen is they will yelling other political and other party and also in soccer. So that is the problem. But when you have a religion issue and you're just bringing your parties, is it okay? But when you bring into the campaign, it will make other religion will think about this is the discrimination or something, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why we regret to use the religion in the political campaign. And in here I will say about the future impact. First thing about the benefit, benefit when we regret this kind of motion. And what will happen when we regret this? It will be healthy compete when we healthy compete in this campaign. So there is no kind of chaos that will happen again. People can choose someone who they want to choose based on the day deep heart, not based on the insulting and also and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. It makes that we still upholding the idea of democracy itself, that appreciate the difference between others. So that's why we should not regret this. We should regret the religious issue in the political campaign. And also, I was saying in here about the harm when we not regret the religion issue in campaign. There is kind of chaos will be happen between the religion A and the religion B. Meaning that chaos in here make more demonstration and also demand of the society itself. Example, AHA and FPI. Because FPI is this provocation people by spread hoax and also make other look back by covering religion, and it make war between both of them. So the society, it will make the demand of the society itself, and the people will influence with the side who bring the religion itself, and easily to believe them, and this also will make more demonstration and chaos. So that's why we will regret to use the religion issue at the campaign by stop use religion when the campaign itself.
and gentlemen, we do agree toward the burden of proof of the government inside the house by by solving the problem of hate speech or even caused by the religion itself, ladies and gentlemen. But we do really think the way of them is is really impossible to reach, ladies and gentlemen. They want to limit the right of those individuals who have a different, or let's say diversity in their opinion, to express their to express their willing to the campaign, ladies and gentlemen. We think that's not enough that's not enough to solve the problem of chaos, because the chaos of politics is not only happening because you state in your campaign you prefer this religion. Sometimes it can appear because you do like penistaan agama, like what the example they give the second speaker give to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's like Ahok issue and ladies and gentlemen. This is important for you to analyze and deeper comprehend what is the fundamental problem of Ahok FFP. That's because Ahok doing demonstration some penistaan agama, and it's forbidden in our law. We gotta talk in principle that we are democracy country, and every single person is having having right to express their belief, and even if that normally say they can use it as a strategy to give hate speech or even look down the other, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, we are living in the law country when the people are doing look down the people we have a procedure which person who is really look down the people, and we can process it by the law, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about democracy. First, they say that religion is not coming from, it's not involved from the democracy, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta understand what is democracy. Democracy is first for the society, from the society, and for the society. What does it mean? It is included to the religious, because religious is really sensitive thing, and it's included to the belief, to give their big contribution for the country, for the religious campaign itself, ladies and gentlemen. And the second, let's talk about discrimination from those who use the religious issue, ladies and gentlemen. Discrimination can only appear if you feel superior to discriminate those people. And if we then do a discrimination to the people, we have KPU, we have UNICAP to control what you are doing in the campaign itself, ladies and gentlemen. So stripping away, we think that discrimination of religion can be over controlled by the law itself, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my first point of justification. We don't regret of the use of religion issue, because we still have institutions which more deserve to control, or even to control which religious issue is contradictory from our rules, especially in ethic code to campaign, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, we have ethic code to campaign. It is not enough for you to say, or even to regret, or even not to allow those parties, because party has their own style to influence the public perception about which one the better one to run for the candidate in the general or even the polls itself, ladies and gentlemen. Because in principle we are constitutional country. What does that mean? The people is limited to speak. The people can have expression in principle of democracy, but they are limited to speak, not to give authoritative speech or even look down the other, ladies and gentlemen. Moreover, we have an executive who doing the campaign, and we have legislative to set up the law. How do you campaign? How do you have a norm in campaign? And the last is that UNICAP to control. Are you a miss, or are you even normally through the campaign, and you can be processed by the law? We don't regret, because because that is the course of the general election. What we do actually to pursue that, we are going to let the parties to campaign, and we are going to control, and the last that we are going to give discipline sanction to the party who are normally with the code ethic.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the negative side of the house always saying that the KPU or legislative and so on and so far is enough to tackle the issues of the religious issue itself, ladies and gentlemen. But my first speaker has told to you in the status quo, many of cases that because of the religion issues is make a chaos itself, ladies and gentlemen. For the example, is in our cases itself, ladies and gentlemen. Our is the religious issue to campaign and make the other candidate is looking back and after that they it make a chaos itself, ladies and gentlemen. So it is the form of the proof itself. If the KPU itself is not enough to tackle all of this, ladies and gentlemen, we know that many people that following the AHOK itself, and it causes a lot of chaos, like the demonstration itself from the people itself, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you are also saying that many of the differences party they actually the religion issue, there is a lot of parties that in the past that have been exist with using to approach with the religious issue itself, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, have you think that it's already happened in the past itself, ladies and gentlemen? Government might have realized that using this kind of thing may broke the ideology of the democracy itself, ladies and gentlemen. No, we know that by using the approach by using the difficulty of the parties itself is made a chaos, and it doesn't relate by the democracy that we are holding in our country itself, ladies and gentlemen. And then they also said about they don't want to limit they tell that us want to limit the people to speak, and they don't want to limit the people to speak, like that. We see that this is not a form of the limitation for the people to speak itself, ladies and gentlemen. We also don't want to limit someone to speak itself, ladies and gentlemen, because what they speak, what they are from the one itself is causing a chaos itself by the countries. Because of that, we want to not using this kind of way, ladies and gentlemen. They also say that they also say that the person is prohibited. So ladies and gentlemen, we know that hate speech is also prohibited. Things, ladies and gentlemen, if they give the hate speech, so what? So what is the difference between them with the people with the penista agama? So ladies and gentlemen, and they also say about they also say about
Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that the response of affirmative in Saradams is not enough to prove to you that we need to reject the issue of religious issue is in political campaign, ladies and gentlemen. If that is the case, the government in Saradams won't run in, they must be willing to come up with expectation where religious issue can break democracy, ladies and gentlemen, like what you are, like as much as you are saying, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, before I'm going to logical, let me give some debates to affirmative in Saradams, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, such speaker I'll claim by having strong example like Ahok, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, you give example such Ahok, but in this case, it is not such political campaign. But Ahok did commit a crime in the field, ladies and gentlemen. If it is such political campaign, Ahok will never be arrested by the police, ladies and gentlemen. Because Ahok did a crime means that you deserve to be put in the jail, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that religion is only kind of to influence many people, how it works, how it happens, how it convinces many people to open up their mind to see, to open up their mind to what the political itself, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker, when he talked about it will break the idea of democracy, ladies and gentlemen, we don't understand what you are going to tell, ladies and gentlemen, because you don't explain how it works, how it happens, how the future implication that will happen in the future, ladies and gentlemen. And the second speaker, when he talked about when you bring on this issue of commerce discrimination, we don't understand whether the discrimination is what you mean, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, it is only such issue to actually convince many people to open up their mind how they can see the political issue, ladies and gentlemen. We don't think that whether the political will be used through the influence like this issue, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be processed in the general election where the people want to choose them as their leader, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the affirmative side of the house, when I will try to explain to you that religious issue can break the democracy, so means that you don't let people to speak loudly, ladies and gentlemen. We are living in the democracy country where from society to society and for society, ladies and gentlemen, means that we would like to let people to speak, to give their opinion what they are saying, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that we do not let people who deserve to speak to actually give their comment or even their opinion toward the political itself, ladies and gentlemen. So let's try to open our strong constitution in this field, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't regret, because every party has on the way to actually express how they can campaign, ladies and gentlemen. In principle, there are several ways to actually campaign through the party itself, like they express their style, their form, and their aim, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, in our country, we are free to express what our expressions, what we are saying, especially for the political to be our leader, ladies and gentlemen. Means that every single deserves to speak loud based on what they want to say, based on what they want to comment, based on what they want to complain toward the political itself, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that it is only kind of issue where it is still processed in their mind whether they agree for the people who are saying about this issue or not, ladies and gentlemen, because it only kind of open up. It is kind of way to actually open up their mind how they will research or not about the issue itself, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the issue, it also can open up their perspective toward the best candidate what they want to choose when in the general election, ladies and gentlemen. It is kind of way for those people to actually open up their mind. Ladies and gentlemen, so from this, we need to control staff, KPO, who wants to control all about the campaigns going on, ladies and gentlemen. And second is the legislative, who will control all about people who commit a crime instead of political campaign, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen. Because in principle, we are on this channel, ladies and gentlemen, where everything is, where the law also will thank you, where the law also can be strong part of ourselves to actually uphold the law, to actually uphold what we are doing, ladies and gentlemen. So from that, the output of this is that to give insight to society, to have overview about the political campaigns in general election, ladies and gentlemen. So by this, we don't regret the use of religious issues in political campaign, ladies and gentlemen. And I like this.
No more conformity. Ladies and gentlemen, how could we emerge tolerance if that we don't know what is tolerance itself? Therefore, we're going not to restrict the idea of people by their hate speech, by their opinion, by their religious issue, not that we can know what is tolerance itself, ladies and gentlemen. Well, next of all, we believe that as the negative thing, as what we have stated in early speakers, that by allowing people to show their opinion, it's meant that we're going to give people a right to speak. You know, that it can be like a power, or it can be like can be a comparative thing that is usable for those people who are going to be the leader of this nation, ladies and gentlemen. Because we, as a country, we have so many probability to happen, and we're going to open wide so many chances people to give their advice and their command. So let's try to have an imagination. If the positive people they believe that we must restrict the right of people to speak, it's meant that you are going, let's say that you are a jury of contest, and because you are bad, you're not going to listen to them. Not. What you are going to do is that you are going to listen to them, see what is better from them, and we can take so many other beneficial things from them, except through their badness, ladies and gentlemen, because we can find so many inspiring, so many inspiration, so many empowering things through other thing that people cannot easily see, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, through the command, through the head speech, we can find out so many good things that is not easily found because we're not going to listen to them. Therefore, we cannot find. What we can do is that we must listen to them. We find out the solution and why they are saying so and why they are going to do that. Therefore, we can do a solving problem because of their command through us, through their religious issues and their political campaigns. We as negative, we are saying no toward this motion, but we are saying yes toward the betterment of our country. And we are saying that we must really save the religious issue in political campaign to create a betterment inside of the country itself, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, we as negative team, we believe that this is proper and better for us to receive any comment or any hate speech coming from people because we live in Indonesia, we live in very, very, very country that is not easily united, ladies and gentlemen. That long ago, it's been a history or a time in the history of Indonesia that we are living the identity of us that we are uniting into one. Like long ago, the Partido Partai Katolik Indonesia, Masyumi, and those three parties, what have been spoken by the first speaker, has already done a good political work in order that make Indonesia around 1945 till 1966 have abandoned inside of the political world itself, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, by those that are given by the negative team, this is proper for the jury to give the winning point to the negative team because this is proper or better rather than we are going to restrict the right of people to speak because by giving them right to speak, this is emerging or appearing more probabilities and more betterment for the country and the negative systems.
Since the first speaker of the opposition team, they always say that the religion is better to punish it in this country. They all never try to explain how the of religion issues is better to the condition in the democratic country, in Canada and Ghana. But we always say that this kind of religious issues is always make the chaos because you know that religion issues is also sensitive thing like this in China, like this and it directly clashes whether this religion is so sensitive because of the religion in China. We cannot choose the sensitive thing to be in the political competition in German. What kind of sensitive issues are there? Also religion, ethnic, and also general identity in German. We think that this kind of sensitive thing, when we use it to be to use in the political competition, will create the chaos like I said, always ladies in German. And also, second, let's they also regard us, it means that we close the right of the people to speak. We always say no, because by saying that at the very first time that we always upholding the idea of democracy and freedom of speech, but on somehow speech is always prohibited, ladies and gentlemen. Because the idea of freedom of speech, like you want to critic critic, like you want to critic and so on, is but on somehow insulting of speech is not allowed, ladies and gentlemen, because it's give harm for other people. So, ladies and gentlemen, the critic you want to upload or you want to be constructive for the people that you give critic, but on somehow insulting you always give speech or you try to be prevented for the people or candidates. So, ladies and gentlemen, also. Second, the next process about they always say that the ethical, there's the axis, the ethical of campaign, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that in the inside the ethical is that the speech is prohibited in campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, it's directly tackled themselves by saying that ethical is prohibited. Ethical to the campaign, ladies and gentlemen, because this is actually prohibited in the campaign, ladies and gentlemen. And also, when they try to say that the legislative KPO and so far is enough, but on somehow when this kind of chaos is happening, ladies and gentlemen, that like demonstration towards our is happening so far. Like the FAD try to give a speech for the hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, we think that when they believe that it's because the minister are prohibited, but actually also prohibited, ladies and gentlemen. So when other people do insulting for the religion, but other people also give the hatchet. So what the differences between the people with the people do the insulting toward the religion, ladies and gentlemen. Also, this kind of people, they also always say that the axis the party based on religion, ladies and gentlemen. We think that is different than party. You know that party based on religion is different with the headspace or the religious issues in the body of the community, ladies and gentlemen. Because we know that the religious issues is prohibited, but on somehow the party based on the